going to go into doing accepting the rider again. This is his second day of accepting the rider. So I'm going to quickly go through the things that we went through yesterday on preparing your horse. Make sure you have the 3 different things of, do you have lateral flexion? That's pretty good. Can you throw the rope from side to side? And can you throw the rope out and around his hind end and walk away from him backwards? But you also want to make very sure that you've gone through accepting the human, accepting the saddle, doing your rope work. Make sure your horse is in a good place, because colt starting isn't something that you should take lightly, and you should know that your horse is in a good place and that you're pretty sure the outcome is going to be a good outcome if you go get on your horse. If you feel like there's still some things in there that just aren't quite right, don't get on. Spend more time on the ground, even if it takes you a week or 2 weeks or longer. It doesn't matter. Is just keep playing with it until your horse is in a good place, like Gasra is here. And that's what I'm looking for when I work with the different horses, is that I know they're in a good place. So when I get on, I'm pretty sure of what I've got. You're never 100% sure. You always have things that just show up. But at least I've got some understanding. I've got ability to communicate with him. If you don't have a line of a communication going, you probably shouldn't be getting on. Or in fact, I know you shouldn't be getting on. Because you want to be able to communicate to their feet. And he's in a good place here. So I've flexed them both directions, had him move around, can throw the rope over. So now I'm going to get my anchor hand here, get him bent towards me slightly, pick up my stirrup, get my foot in the stirrup, rotate around, and then step up, rub him on the outside, throw my leg over. But if he were to go do something or move or whatever, I can step back down, set him up, and do it again. And now, once I'm up here, we're going to go through what we did yesterday of getting lateral flexion and how much nicer that is today than yesterday, because I left them in a good place yesterday, and that's the key. So do the other side, pick him up, put a feel. He's kind of tuning out, so I just hold that feel. Each time he gives, I give back slightly, and then I ask for a little bit more. So that was pretty nice. Now I'm going to ask for the hind. So I come on with this leg here. He doesn't respond. So I don't push harder with my leg. I come in with rhythmic. So my leg's steady pressure. My hand is rhythmic pressure. And it's not that I'm pulling him around with his head. I get his head soft. See how he's in a relaxed place? Now I come on with my leg. Say, move your hind. He took a little step and then got stuck. So I help him by tapping him, saying, hey, I'm talking to the hind end. There it is. But I want him to stay soft, and that was pretty good. So I'm going to ask again. So I come on with my leg, reach back, tap, 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 tap. Hind end's kind of getting stuck there. So I'm still asking because he hasn't moved off of there. He was moving other body parts. So I'm going to ask one more time. Come on with my leg. He doesn't respond. So I'm saying, hey, listen. Because now he's kind of checking out. So I immediately say, don't check out on me. Thank you. Now, not every horse you can do that with. He's a horse that things don't really bother him. So to get effective is I have to get in there pretty quickly. So I pick up, get a soft bend, come on with my leg, reach back, say, hey, my leg's talking to you. So eventually I won't have to reach back and tap him. But he's still figuring out where to put his feet. There, that was nice. I'll let him have that, and then I ask again. And ask again. Good. So each try he gives me, I give him or I reward to him, soften. If it's not perfect, I continue on. There he kind of leaned on me, so I put a little rhythm, say don't lean. I'm going to ask again, saying, hey, don't check out on my leg. There it is. And now I'm going to ask the front. And then let him out of it. So I was able to move the hind and move the front and then allow him to go someplace. So he just wants to see everybody. And then I'm going to pick up, make sure I can bend, that I've always got that. And he's leaning on me, so I put a little vibration, a little rhythm in there, saying don't lean. Leaning never ever is an option. Now I come on with my leg. You actually stepped one step without me having to reach back and tap. Now I want the front. So I open up my hand here, come on with my right leg, saying let's go to the left. Pretty nice. And then I ask on this side again. So I bend, come on with my leg. He's ignoring my leg. So I say, hey, don't ignore my leg. He's a big boy and he's kind of a dull boy. Or he could be dull. He's not really, but he could be pretty easy. So if I just start leaning with my leg or pressing harder, he's just going to lean on me. So I come on with my leg here, say move your front that way, and then I back it up by tapping, saying, hey, listen, move over there, thank you very much, and then I allow him to go someplace. And now he's kind of getting stuck, so I pick up, bend, and say, let's move the front. Good. And now I'm going to say, let's go someplace. I'm going to see if he takes my invitation. My life and energy comes up, and then I put a little squeeze with my legs, and I say, come on, let's go. If he doesn't take that suggestion, then the spanker shows up. So we'll see how he handles that. So I bring my life up, put a little feel. Did you see him? He thought about it. So I'm going to do that again. Then I'm going to back it up, saying, hey, it really does mean let's go. So I always back up the thing that I'm looking for. Because if I wouldn't have backed him up the second time there, he wouldn't have responded when I went to ask him again. So to get effective is you always have to back up your request. Start off the soft and light. See, I'm real soft here, saying let's go, but then I back it up saying you must go. And now once he's going, everything's good. So we've progressed into now he needs to maintain the walk. We've just gotten control of the feet. Now I'm saying we need forward, and I want you to keep walking until I tell you otherwise. So he gets to go where he wants. So that part he gets to have. And the part I get to have is he needs to maintain the walk. So it's not faster, not slower. So he's kind of dying on me. So then I come in softly with my legs. There he dies, but then I say, no, don't die on me with the spanker. So I just keep him moving because I need to teach him how to move forward, because without forward you can't really get anything. You're not going to be able to teach your horse much of anything because he's not going anyplace. So the very first here I'm saying, let's move. When my life comes up, we're going someplace. And when my life turns off, we quit. And he actually picked up on that pretty quick. Pretty easy. And so I move the hind end, move the front end, and life comes up, and he says, well, I don't know if I need to pay attention to that. Now, how much you do is, again, dependent on the horse you're on. Some horses you don't need to do hardly anything. But this guy, it's pretty, he checks out quite a bit. He's like, don't really want to go. So he's doing all right here at the walk. Now I'm going to progress him up to a trot. So I bring my life up again, say let's trot. And this might be where it gets interesting. But all I'm looking for is 1 or 2 steps at the trot. There. And I kind of figured that was coming just because I could feel him going, no, I don't really want to trot. And a lot of times horses that don't want to move forward will express by pitching or putting a buck in. But as soon as he did it, I picked up and bent him. So no, that's not the answer. And then I bring my life up again. Now, for those of you in camera land, you may just spend more time. If you feel that in your horse and you don't feel like you can ride what your horse is going to give you, then just spend more time at the lower gate. So you can spend more time walking. Yeah, and then I'm going to actually ask him to come back. I'm not going to let him just keep going. I want him to learn when my life comes up to go, when my life comes down to quit. Because if you let them keep going, they can sometimes just go faster, and then just take off. And I want him to keep thinking and not go into any reaction mode. So I'm going to ask again. My life comes up. Says, let's go. Nice. And that was real nice. So he went up with, well, not so-so on the up part, but it was real nice on the down part. So I bring my life up again. Good. Not. Yeah. Good. And come back. So he's got the downward real nice as of right now. But he's maintaining pretty well. So now he's feeling good. I don't feel like he's going to go take off or do anything. So I'm going to insist on him trotting a little longer now. So everything's a progression. My life comes up, says let's go. As soon as he gets going, everything about me just softens and rides the trot, just moves with him. And ask again. And ask again. So I'm just teaching him that he needs to stay with me. When I'm in trot mode, he's in trot mode. There he wants to kind of fizzle out. So he's It's like, no, I don't really want to keep trotting. That wasn't in the rules. And he's a good-natured boy, so it's not really that big a deal. But if you have a horse that, you think might explode or buck or do something, spend more time at the lower gate. Or you might spend more time on the ground, conditioning them, building them. So my wife's up, saying, come on, come on, come on, come on. And we're getting ready for an explosion. And, yeah, good. So I felt that coming, and I prepared for it by sitting back, staying relaxed. So when he kicks up or bucks out, I'm not going to get thrown over the front. And now he's so much better after that. So I'm going to allow him to have that. Because he actually gave me a lap and a half, whatever it was there, of actually maintaining the trot without me constantly saying, keep going, keep going. So he doesn't have to go long, but he does have to give me something. So I just keep progressing, keep asking a little bit more from him, a little bit more from him, till eventually, we can trot for however long we want to, and he's okay with it. So I'm just asking for him to maintain that walk, but don't turn into a dawdle. I need for you to keep moving, buddy. So that gives you some ideas here. This is good for him today. We've got some nice walk out of him. We got some trot. We were able to get the hind to move, the front to move, and tomorrow the walking and trotting should be even better. So we don't have to spend a huge amount of time with this. It's more about the repetitions of doing it again and again than it is about doing it for long periods of time. So thank you for your time. See you next time.